Welcome back to another TerranScapes video. Today I have something I haven't done in quite a while, and I wanted to show you a new release. So this is sort of a work in progress piece, and the backstory behind it is I have a very loyal customer who has a very large collection of both miniatures and terrain, and he had placed quite a while back an order for the hedgehog tank traps. Those are the Czech hedgehog style traps, which are the I-beams that are welded together. And I've been making those mainly because I didn't want to get involved with dragon teeth. I saw some other people out there had done some. They seemed fine, and it was kind of easy to do when I started out. And they're quite an old piece on the site, actually. And because of the size of his table and the kinds of quality of gaming that he's interested in, I really felt like they were not really well suited to his particular event that he had coming up, and I wanted to develop something a little bit better. So what I decided to do was to dive into to dive into dragon's teeth tank traps. And dragon teeth tank traps, if you're not familiar, are the pyramids of concrete which are embedded in the ground, usually with a very deep concrete foundation, so they can't easily be dug under. And then those lift up the chassis of a tank trying to pass over it and prevent it from gaining traction and thereby immobilizing it. So I went online and I took a look at most of the tank traps that are available in the various other terrain manufacturers, and I looked at armor casts and secret weapons and a variety of other some homemade ones as well. And I decided that I think I could produce something that would look really nice, be well detailed, and fill maybe a slightly unique niche in that market. As some things are heavily gothic, secret weapons are very, very gothic, and armor casts are just a little bit more generic, a little bit more plain. So I decided to give my hand at it and work on it, and I thought that's what I'd show you today. So first, just to show you the master. Basically what I did is carve the pyramid shape out of foam. Then I added in some styrene strips, added in some rivets, and added in some centerline details here. I saw some had some ribbed guides coming up from the base, and that added a little bit more of a visual interest. When you look at it from the top, it looks a little bit more interesting and adds maybe an air of a little bit more reinforcement as well. And I went with something relatively simple in style so that they wouldn't look overly gothic, relegated to a certain style, but could fit into a variety of sci-fi games. So I made a mold of those, my masters there, and then produced from that this set, which has been used to produce the master production mold, so I can crank them out a little bit faster. So there are 3 sizes of them, and I very carefully, I tried my best to research not only their spacing, but also their general heights, and take a look at some of the slopes of some of the most popular ones. Not like I measured out this is 15 degrees as it was used in the Normandy invasion or something like that. And I didn't get that specific, but I took a look at their individual shapes online, and also more specifically some of their heights. Now the heights of these, oh wait a minute. The heights of these, are somewhat close to historical accurate in terms of being slightly under a meter at the front and up to 2 meters at the back. So that would be equivalent to, say about chest high. Well, in fact, it'd be a little bit taller. 2 meters would be a little bit taller than that. But in general, they were made a little bit lower, as really they didn't need to be a wall. They meant to be, the tank would drive up, lift up, and then try to drive over that and, become disrupted through that. So one of the other motives that I had, here's Mr. Tippy McLean, was to instead of the hedgehog traps, which don't provide any real cover, because of the substantial size of these pieces, they're going to provide some cover to models. This is looking at it at a top-down angle. If you look at it from an eye view, it covers up to about his chest or his brooch here. So this is going to be, I think, a lot more interesting for gameplay in general, whether it's troops moving through it or vehicles, and it's going to have a substantial footprint on the battlefield as well. The plan right now is to do these 15, whoops, there's one slightly off the camera here, and to base them according to the terrain the customer might be using, and to space the individual blocks at approximately 45 millimeters. My thinking with that is then I can place, I don't have any, but then you you could place Terminator bases in between these, so Terminators could still move through this, and since they're on a 40mm round, that should be the largest size that's really needed for infantry movement through this type of an obstacle. But I thought it would be a variety, a nice variety of the kinds of things that I produce, and start taking things in a slightly more detailed, slightly more interesting direction for some of the sort of sci-fi terrain, which I really haven't had a big push in of late, and probably will see some small improvements on that in the near future. So here's the medium-sized one after it's been cast. The tallest one in the back after it's come out of the mold here. These will all be cast in a polyurethane resin plastic, as it's just really the easiest to get good durability out of, and I'm probably going to start shifting over to more polyurethane resins rather than plaster for more pieces. I may shift the sandbags over that I do as well. The only problem with using polyurethane rubbers is they're quite hard on the molds, but I've been having such a good run with my MoldStar 15 molds. This is MoldStar Mold Max, I think. It's Mold Max. This is the platinum one. This is their 30, and I find that this just doesn't hold up to plastic casting as well as the Mold Max 15 does, the softer of their platinum molding compounds. Anyway, those are from Smooth On if you're interested. Anyway, so this gives you a little quick look at them. I'm going to be finishing up a base or two of these in the next few days, and once I have a completed set before I ship them out, I'll shoot another quick video so you can see what they look like when they're done. So there's a real quick look at the newest sort of product in the works, and once I have them done, as I said, I'll put a video up of that so you can see them finished and painted up and based. I think they're going to look pretty good, actually, and I'm kind of excited about them. It's just something a little different that I probably should have been working on a while back, but we'll get to them when we get to them, and today seemed like a good time too. So questions and comments always welcome down below. Thanks for watching, and keep your eye on the channel. Of course, I'll be back with another video real soon.